Welcome to KJTV for your greatest news and programs. I'm glad you're here to listen to wonderful program coming to you. And please don't forget to subscribe or give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Hi, um, welcome to KJTV, and we need to look at one of the most essential parts in life: how to nourish your soul to live an abundant life. This is something, a soul is something we literally talk about as if it's a human being. Some don't even understand what it is. A soul can be defined as one person, or it's a spirit and essence of a person. This is a part of us. The soul is a part of us that makes you um, human, that will live after you are dead. So it is assumed in the religious world that it's the part which will go to heaven and be mortal. Most of us, we talk about our soul, that you want to be in congruent with your soul. That, consciously, we talk about it. And this has happened in uh, many people. Uh, at one time, Abraham Lincoln said, I desire so to conduct the affairs of this administration that if at the end, when I come to lay down the reins of power, I have lost every other friend on earth, I shall at least have one friend left. And that friend shall be down inside me, my soul. And this, I think, in this statement is there is a lot of strength on it that we need actually to aspire to live that life. That in whatever we do, we need to do it knowing that at one time we will live with our soul. Our soul is our mind. Our soul is basically our conscious. You hear people say clearly that, oh, my conscience tells me not to do that. I think that is the time when you are talking to your soul. And how can we nourish our soul that at the end we remain friends with our soul? We remain friends with our consciousness. This is one area where human beings fail. We kind of fail because of our not understanding about how this works. It is through this our consciousness, our soul, that sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you find yourself exhausted. If you have been thinking about something, then you get exhausted, you don't have energy. Actually, as human beings, we are made of electromagnetic energy, which we get from the environment. We every source we get our energy from the environment, the way people speak to us, what happens to us. So this is the energy. This is the one we use to convert energy, which we use in our daily life. So if you meet positive people, you will have more positive energy. If you get negative people who are telling you about negative things, you will lose your energy. So in this electromagnetic body we have, take an example, that one. Uh, the, that is how our electromagnetic body works. We get flat parallel cosmic rays from the environment, from our thinking, the way people tell us, and then it comes to our head through our brain, and when it is synthesized, it forms what we call the human shell, energy shell around us. That is the what radiates us. That's what people see, how they radiate us. And then, depending on how, then we also create the emotional cell. This is the one which determines the way our moods are and other many things are, how we look. We look on life. So basically, when we deal with all these sources of energy in us, that is, it affects our soul. And in practical terms, we deal with our soul in so many ways. You have seen uh, that some people live in their life and they come to regret in life because they do not have enough energy. When you have negative things you think about, um, when you sit after you have done your whole day of work, you go to your home. If you did something good, it will follow you. Your soul will be nourished positively. But if you did something wrong, you get that you lose a lot of energy and then you become very tired. So, in many ways, people follow in the totality of our life how we will be gauged by how we live, how we manage this energy in our lives. Basically, if you lived this life that you did not um, do positive things, you will be adversely affected by this. So, how can you nourish your soul? Always, you need to be with positive people. If you want not to lose your a lot of your energy, because if you have all these and then you are having all of these negative feelings about people telling you about negative things, it means you are losing your energy every time you are talking with these people. The more positive emotion we experience in our life, the bigger our emotional self becomes. So when you are having a big emotional self, it happens when you are true to yourself and positive towards things that happen to your life. Your physical body gets sick a lot less. So seeing yourself that to increase your human aura is just like an atmosphere with our planet. You know, our planet, it protects us from so many things. If there was no planet Earth's atmosphere, so many asteroids, meteors which come to our world, they are they are consumed. They don't come to us because we are buffered by our environment. So you can imagine all of the crab which would be falling from space to us, but the atmosphere protects us, and that is actually what your human aura does in you. It protects you from all of these things from the environment, and that's why our body runs on energy, and they have various centers we call the chakras, which are the main centers of our body. These energetic chakras affect your emotions, your spiritual, how we do. In essence, there is a story is given, an old story from which I think maybe you have heard about. There is a short story from the land of Tibet that long time ago there was a rich king who had four wives, and he loved the fourth wife most. But it came to him that he was going to die after living a life. Then he said He realized that he would die and go to the afterworld, but he didn't want to go alone. So he wanted to go with one of his wives. So he asked the fourth wife, will you go with me? The fourth wife replied, uh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And they walked away. He asked the third wife, would you go with me? He said that, I love my life so much and I cannot go with you. And as soon as you die, I will marry. Oh, he asked the second wife, can you go with me? I will say it apologetically that he would not be able to help him this one, but he would arrange for his funeral. The king was so devastated. And then he heard a voice of the first wife say, I will live with you and follow you wherever you go, even if it is to the afterlife. The king looked and it was his first wife, and this was the wife he did not take care of what most. He felt so embarrassed and said that I wish I knew I could have taken uh, care of you well. This is a moral story. It may not look like what you say, but in essence, we all have four wives in our lives. Our fourth wife is our body. No matter how much time and effort we lavish the body making good things, when we die, the body will leave us. It would be burned, it would be buried, or it would be chopped up for vultures to eat and wolves. It would never go with us. And our third wife is our possessions, status, and wealth. When we die, um, it will go to others. It will be divided up. You know, even if you die as a president, you will be replaced immediately even before your burial. Because let me tell you, somebody will be sworn in. When JF Kennedy died, his vice president was sworn in Air Force One. They don't want a space of power. So even if you are a president, what you need, you will know that you will not go with the position. The office will move from you to another person if you die. And those people who work and acquire a lot of wealth, when you die, the wealth will go to someone else. You will never be buried with your wealth. The second wave is our family and friends. No matter how much they have supported and loved us, the farthest they can stay by us is up to the burial site or the grave site. They can arrange for our funeral, they can contribute money, but they will not live with us. Our first wife is our soul, or our mind stream, or our consciousness. We often neglect this in pursuit of wealth, power, and the pressure of the ego. Our mind stream, our soul is the one which goes with us. And this is how we trample our soul. We do bad things our soul doesn't like. When you go and cheat somebody in a business dealing, when you go and do something wrong, when you don't honor the part of the bargain, your soul gets depressed. So in whatever dealings you're doing, be faithful to yourself and ask yourself what your soul is. Listen to your conscience. When you say, is it true? Is it good that I'm doing this? That is one thing you need to be asking yourself. That is when you will be able to nourish your soul. That's you need to have time. Don't get exhausted. Take time, pray, and do good to people. Do some exercises to re-energize the energy in you. That is how you can nourish your soul, and your soul will be much more stronger, that it would be able to survive that. As you have seen that all this example tells us that really to nourish our soul first, Um, and then the rest will follow. Ask yourself, in whatever difficulty you have when you are trying to make a decision, ask yourself, is this thing in tandem with my soul? How is my soul taking it? Am I doing it while my conscience is not with me? Care for your body, keep it healthy, enjoy your possessions and the comfort they provide. That's okay. Cherish your friends and family for the love that they provide. But don't forget to take care of your soul. Nourish your soul. Spend a quality time with you. Spend some time alone for yourself. Don't become a workaholic. Take time to be alone. Go to vacations. Help those who need your help. Cherish your family. Take time to pray. Take time to meditate because it is the source of all our life and our most faithful friend in life, which we will need to take care of so that we can live an abundant life. Thank you very much for